Hello, everybody. I'm Eugene Brown, and I'm back with Matt Kernan. And today we're going to talk about compensation. And we'll keep the example short and sweet, but we'll be able to take a deeper dive in the experience itself. So to begin with, Matt, how are you today?
Man, I'm doing so good. So just sitting here enjoying a nice day and glad to be on here with you.
Good, good, good. So let's jump right in. The compensation plan is a three-tiered system. Tell me and tell the audience a little bit about why it is a three-tiered system.
Yeah, so we're going to get into some slides here in a minute, but I'll first and foremost just talk about this, is that when we were creating this, we decided to just not have it a one-tiered system like most referral programs were. And the reason why is because if you, Eugene, have somebody that you invite to the platform and they have a big following or a big group and they start to bring other people in, and some of these people are buying and selling content, well, that's basically two tiers down from you or three tiers down from you. And we felt like that we needed to reward everybody that was coming into Convene for bringing people in and encouraging others, because we know that one of the best ways that we can grow is through word of mouth marketing, through that word of mouth growth of people selling their content and bringing people into their premier groups. So we didn't just want to do it one tier. We wanted to reward people and make it a three-tiered system, which is really, really important to us. I can show you, I'll go to the slides and we can kind of transition through this as you, just kind of ask me questions about it. And I think this is a good way for us to go back and forth, because if people are watching and you're asking me questions, it would be as if I was, explaining it to you, and I won't just, sit up here and talk. How about that?
All right. So we see we have 40, 15, and 5. So Bob recruits Sue, Sue recruits Frank. Tell me which products fall into this tiered system. Is it all Convene products? Well, tell me about that.
Yeah. So again, another huge thing that we believe is that you have to set this platform up for success. And most platforms that are out there, people are out on this island by themselves selling their own content, and they might have a one-tiered referral system in place where we have a three-tiered referral system, but we do things a little bit different. There's basically 4 ways that we believe people should be able to make money inside of Convene. And help you make money and as the premier leader or the content creator. First is memberships of Convene. We pay out a commission on our membership. So we have community leaders. We're always looking for community leaders and new communities. We have premier membership. Those are people that create sellable content, and we pay a commission out to anybody who brings in a premier member. We'll talk about that here more in a minute. And then private members, private groups. So we pay a commission out on that private membership as well. So those are Convene products that we pay memberships out. That's different. Nobody else really does that out there. We do. The memberships are a big very important that we pay those commissions out to help us grow. Next, selling your own content. So you create a premier group. You are able to sell your own content. Now, the key thing about that is if I go out and I bring somebody in and they buy my content straight from me, somebody that I brought into my premier group, you make 100% of that profit. There's no profit share. There's nothing that goes on. That's your sellable content. All right. You've made your content. You've created your group. You made the sale. No need for a commission split or a referral split on that. However, selling a members premier group, right? So I can go out inside of Convene and I can sell somebody else's premier membership. All right. So you have a group, you teach people how to trade stocks more effectively. I don't teach people how to trade stocks. So maybe I go out and I meet a friend, or I'm with a friend and they're talking about their desire to learn how to trade stocks. Well, I'm going to refer them over to you. And, I'm going to sell your premier group for you. So very important, right, that you allow others to sell your content inside of Convene, because that becomes great, so you can do that as somebody who's created that content. I'm going to allow that. or other people can just go find courses inside of Convene, find things that where people are interested in. And if you're giving a referral fee, they can refer them to your particular course.
So tell me how does it work? Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
You're here. You're here. You kind of
Good. Yeah, I almost froze there. So tell me, how does it work then if I didn't bring you to Convene? You're a qualified affiliate and you sell my course.
Yeah. So we use this. Yeah. So we'll use this example. I'll give you a basic. So, and let's start with one. We'll do one that is a membership, and then we'll do one a Convene membership, and then we'll do one that is a premier group. So in this example, we're going to take, because it's a nice round number, community leader. To be a community leader in Convene, it's $100 a month. And so what ends up happening with that $100 a month, any membership that Convenes sells, it is broken down by 100%. So we offer it based off that whole number. Okay. It's not the same for premier groups that people sell. Explain that on the next slide. So for a premier membership, $100, community leader, it's broken down by 100%. Convene gets $30. The community leader, $10. The 40% there is referred to the first tier, $40 if you referred that person who is the community leader, $15 if that person on your tier 1 referred that person, and then $5 if it's on that tier 2, if that tier 2 person referred that person. So 40% if you referred them, 15% if that other person referred them, and then 5% if that tier 3 referred them. So if you look at that, that equals 100% of broken down. But the main thing that goes to the affiliate referral program is the 40, 15, and 5. Make sense?
Yep.
Simple. Okay. The next one, we'll take that same round number. You're selling a course of $100. And you say, okay, I'm going to give 50% to the referral program. So a premier member, when they're creating it, if they decide to give to the premier program, to the referral program, they can give anywhere from 10 to 60%. They decide what percentage they would like to give to the referral program. So if this case, $100 course, they're willing to give away $50 because they're going to give away 50%. All right. When does that kick in? If you sell your content, you make 100% of it. Okay. Mm-hmm. It kicks in basically if somebody on your tier 2 sells the content or buys the content, somebody on your tier 3 sells the content or buys the content, or somebody outside comes in that is not in your tier, your affiliate tiers, and they end up buying the course or selling the course, right? So anybody can sell your course. You're agreeing to that in here. So how that works out, so now we're down to $50. So $50 because you said I'll give 50%, 30%, $15 to go to Convene, 5 would go to the community leader, 20 would go on that first tier referral, $750 would go on the second tier, and $250 would be on the third tier. That's to you. Okay, so that is inside of your 40, 15, and 5. You with me?
Yeah. Okay. Question though.
All right.
And hold your thoughts, you don't forget. So what if the person is not in my tier 1, 2, and 3, and a random qualified affiliate comes in and sells this course? How does that affect me, the owner of the course?
So you're still going to make the $50. Okay. So if somebody comes in and they end up selling the course, you're still making the $50 because you're only giving 50% to the course. Okay. So you're still in the $50 that you've agreed, but it's helping grow your numbers. So you're still making 50%, right? You're not making anywhere in the tiers, but you're making 50%, right, which in this case would be the $50.
Just wanted to clear that up to make sure everybody sees that they're not in your tier 1, 2, 3, still fall in somebody else's,
Yeah. So let me go over here to the site, and this might help because we're going to transition here to your courses. We're going to talk about
Mhm.
2 stocks from hell. So what ends up happening, this is the Convene community, but on the Convene community here on affiliate premier content, I can come in here and let's say I am a qualified affiliate. I can look here and I can say, well, let me see what kind of courses are being sold with in Convene. And I can look in the Convene community and I can see, okay, here's the community leader. That's what I was talking about earlier. 100% goes to that. Here's some individual coaching that Matt Curran does. He'll pay 60% out. He'll pay 50% out. Here's the certified Convene coaching group. The coaching program. If you bring somebody in as a coach, we'll pay 50% out. Eugene's individual coaching, he pays 40% out. Now, if I were to go down here to Stone Eye, all right, let's say you did not bring me into Convene. Okay. I can still go and find your courses that you are selling within your community. Because let's say I became a member, but I just came through somebody else's link. I came to the site. I found this. This is actually the most powerful thing about Convene, because if you really pay attention to it, because you are not going to bring all of your people into your community. Where if you are on other platforms and you're out here and you're not part of the community infrastructure, you're responsible for getting 100% of the people to your content. Inside of Convene, what you'll see is people will come into Convene and they'll say, well, let me go see what this Stone Eye community is all about. And they see that through me interviewing you about 2 stocks, about Stone Eye, or they see me interviewing Kate Gallahue about the parenting community. So people are going to go within the communities and they're going to find the different places that they can go. And then they're either going to buy the content or they might refer it to somebody else.
Mhm.
And these are sales that you are never expecting. But
Right.
I'm all of a sudden, I'm inside of your community and I'm finding you and I'm buying your course, or I'm saying, hey, I have this friend who's interested in stocks. Hey, you should go check out, Eugene Brown's content because it's great. And I refer you there. You're in my affiliate. You're on my 40% tier, but I'm selling your content for you because I want to make a percentage of what you're selling. And I think your content is good. Most powerful thing we have.
Mhm.
Because people will come to me all the time and they'll say, hey, I just got a referral commission and somebody went over and bought Eugene's content. I didn't even know they wanted to learn how to trade stocks,
Mhm.
but they brought them to the site and they went in there and did that. So again, one of the most powerful things that we got, and this will become a library of content, sellable content as we go. You got anything you want to add on that? Because I know that you
No, I thought you
you
were going
love
to
that
dive
concept.
into my group to use that as an example, 2
Yeah.
stocks from hell, but you may be circling back to it here in a second.
Yeah, we are. Okay, so this is kind of gets into selling other content, other people's content, other people's premier groups. Okay, I want to point this out because this becomes important. So again, if you sell your own content, you're going to make 100% of it. But we're kind of beating this up about, and rightfully so, about allowing other people to sell your content and buy your content. They will find you, or other people will refer you. Very important. But let's just say you own 2 stocks from hell. So you are the community leader. Community leaders make 10% of everything that goes on inside of their community. So let's just say I'm on your tier 2. You don't really know me, but somebody used their referral link, brought me to Stone Eye, and I end up paying for that course that is offering $50 referral fee. You don't just make $50 if in this case, because you're the community leader. You're
Mhm.
also going to make 10% of that $50. So you're going to make $5. And in this case, I fall on your tier 2. So you're going to make another $7.50. So you're not giving up a full $50. You're giving up $37.50 because you're making $12.50 of that $50 you were willing to give up. So
Right.
again, there's chances to make more money Now, your question earlier of what if I'm not in your community? Well, you would still make that $5, but you would not make the $7.50. All right. So you would still make $55, but you wouldn't make the $7.50 because you're the community leader. That's an example if you're the community leader, right? If that makes sense. All right. So let's go to this referral splits, and I'll just kind of touch on this real quick. We've kind of talked about this. If it's a $200 premier course, the person's willing to give away 50%, so they're willing to give away $100. Then inside of that 40, 15, and 5, if you went out and sold somebody's $200 course, they were giving away 50%, so they're willing to give away $50. You're going to make $40. Now, this could be a one-time fee if it's a single subscription. It could be a monthly fee if it is monthly recurring, if it is a monthly membership group at $200. You do both, Eugene. You have some groups that are monthly memberships and some groups that are just single subscription.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure do.
Right. So now we go to a $100 group. As an example, they're willing to give away 25%. So that's $25 to the referral program on the first tier. If you referred it and somebody bought it, if I referred it and somebody bought it, that's $10, $3.75 and $1.25. And then now let's transition to Premier memberships. This is our main membership of Convene. If you go out and you refer people, you say, okay, I know Lisa Herring. Lisa Herring teaches a course on Social Security disability benefits. Maybe I should bring her into Convene and she can sell it in here, and she decides to. And she pays her $59.99 a month. 100% of that goes to the referral program. So you're going to make $23.99 a month. Now, you have a plan for that. And we'll get to that because we're going to get over to a slide that talks about memberships. But I really want you to talk about that because I know you believe people can make a living just off of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What next, Eugene?
I don't know. I think we've touched on a lot of it. I don't want to, make the video too long.
Yeah.
I think if you follow along on the columns that are there, it'll explain it all out. Just keep in mind that when you're giving a percentage to incentivize affiliates and others to sell your content, that number, that if I start it with $200 and I'm incentivizing folks with a 50% payout, which is $100, that $100 that Matt's already talked about gets broken down within the affiliate program. I just don't want people to mistakenly think they're getting $100 because it still has to be broken down within the referral system. I will say that it is something everyone really should do because not only does it, it benefits Convene, which would not probably be your primary concern, but it greatly benefits you, the individual, because if Bob was going to already sell 100 pencils himself and Sue was going to sell 100 pencils herself, and all things being equal, but if Bob incentivized other people to sell his pencils, then he's just getting free money.
Yeah.
And you gotta think about it that way. Abundance, leverage, and all the rest of the things Matt has been talking about. But go ahead, Matt.
Yeah. So let's do this. Instead, everybody can spend their time looking at this, pause the video, stop here, read the examples, but we're going to use you, and we're going to talk about two stocks from hell. This is one of your groups. So I'm going to come down here and let's say inside of, here's Stone Eye. Okay. And here is a group called Two Stocks from Hell. Talk about what is Two Stocks from Hell, by the way. Talk about what.
Two Stocks from Hell is just a group where I teach the basics to help people learn how to be more effective, more profitable, more consistent traders. It meets every Wednesday evening. At this point, we may change the night to Thursdays for an hour to help people with trading.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a mastermind, right? I can come on because, again, I want to point this out. One of the things that makes Convene different is that if I'm going to learn how to trade stocks, I can watch Eugene's courses, but I need to get access and be able to ask him questions. That's so important. So that's Two Stocks from Hell. You can see that. And it's a $49.99 group that meets every week. So you're getting access to the content creator. the person who did it, and Eugene is willing to pay 50% of that $49.99. Now, people might look at that and go, wow, man, that's a lot of money he's willing to give up, right? But let's go over here and let's talk about how this could work. Because basically this example is based off of Two Stocks from Hell. So talk about it, Eugene, if you were to sell 25 memberships, you personally, how, in this bottom example is yours, and then you ask every person to refer 2 people. Break that down a little bit about how you can make money. And then we're going to ramp this up quickly because you have a goal. So talk about your goal as well.
Yeah, as you can see from the slide, it says under the owner makes column, if I sell 25 memberships that is recurring, I make $1,250 each and every month. But if I ask the members to refer to members, and then that $25 that gets paid out because I'm giving a 50% referral, I'm still making $25 for another 50 people, because we went from 25 people to 50 people, but I'm still making half of that overall $50 that's being spent. So I'm making $25. So I'm making another $1,250. So in total there, just between the first two columns, I'm making $2,500 just because of the help of the referral program.
Yeah. And in this case, you're saying, okay, these people I didn't refer them. So let's just say hypothetically that every single one of them was on your second tier, they referred it. So now they're on your second tier. You make another $187.50 because of the example we're using on the backside, the last couple of slides. You're still making more money than just the 25. Okay.
Right. And that will circle back to the example that I used about the pencils and Bob and Sue. If Bob and I both sell, are we on that example still? Yeah. If we both sell 25 memberships, I think it's on the other page. The person, right there, the person, because when Sue makes $1,250 and I also make $1,250, but because I incentivize other people to sell my course, I end up making another $1,250 plus $187. So at the end of the month, I have $2,687 as these months, turn into months and turn into more months. Whereas the other person is stuck making the same amount of money, but my income keeps going up because of the incentive factor and the leverage factor. Right? And that's a very powerful thing you've got to see, because we had another column under here, and it said Eugene on this third column, and the fourth column said Bob's still making $1,250 because, and his folks are not referring it. My income just keeps going up and up. So I've got to point that out, but go ahead.
Well, it's important because Bob's making $1,250. So if he brings a few more people, if he can bring 2 people, if he can bring 4 people, then he's basically going into Two Stocks for Hell for free. Right. So, we have, depending on the percentage that you're willing to offer out, but we have that thing, bring 3 and you're free, but you have to look at the math, how it's broken down of actually what is their commission, the referral commission that they're getting at the top tier at 40%, and multiply that times whatever number or divide it by the price of your premier group. And that you can incentivize your members to say, hey, if you'll just bring this many members, in this case, 4 members to the Two Stocks from Hell, you're free. Your $50 is free. Now they're still paying it, but they're getting commission splits coming back to them that is covering that. So that incentivizes them to continue to bring people to the site. Now, with that being said, that's your goal. Talk to people. Don't even look at it. Don't look at the bottom yet, and just talk to people about what your goal is. And then we'll break down this bottom section talking about Two Stocks from Hell. How many people in a year from now would you like to have in this mastermind?
Yeah, at least 200, because I know, 200 times a $50 course is 10 grand a month. 10 grand a month is good money. So that's the goal.
Yeah. So 200 people, if you can go out and get 200 people in a $50 course, that's great. And that's what this number is at the bottom. That's your personal goal. Your personal goal, if Eugene Brown hits it, is to get that 200. And then if you can get those 200 to bring in 2 each, or some to bring in 4, so their course is free, and some bring in 0. But if the math, these are hypothetical numbers, everybody keep that in mind. But if the math was to work out to everybody brought 2, averaged bringing 2, talk about that, because that's where you're really going to be. You're making more money off that than you're making off of.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doubles down on it. You can see on the third column, the people who bring people, and I make less money on the access to the group, if you will. It doesn't matter to me. They are people that are free to me. So in my eyes, you're just bringing me free advertising and free money, and I'm happy to pay that out into the referral system. So it more than doubles the money as you can see it. So again, someone who just stops and doesn't incentivize anybody, they're still making the same $10,000, 200 people at $50 a month. But because I incentivized people and the numbers play themselves out, now I go from 10 to 20 plus, each and every month. And that's a huge difference.
Yeah. And so you kind of dropped out there. So I'll continue talking, and hopefully, Eugene will come back. Some weather issue. There you go. You're back. You there? So I'll keep talking again. It might be my internet that's unstable. You got me, Eugene? So it's important to understand how it really works, how all the numbers kind of flow out. And I want to point out that it's kind of the inverse in some cases. It depends on what people are willing to pay for your course. And maybe you go for a bigger number, right? Rather than a smaller number. And so you can see how a $200 paid course, you can actually make more money possibly with a $50 paid course. Now, I'm going to jump into Premier memberships and just kind of touch into this, because we really this is how we know we're going to grow. And so I'm going to really just think about this. If you could, Eugene talks about it all the time. This is where I was going to have him talk about it. You can make a lot of money just off referring Premier members. Okay, so go through this slide. Think about selling membership. Think about incentivizing other people to bring other Premier members to the site. If at the bottom, if you sold 100 Premier memberships at $59.99, you're going to be making $23.99 a month. That is $2,399. If other people started bringing 100 people on your second tier, if that came in, then you would make, a percentage of that. These numbers grow fast, and they can grow fast. And these numbers here, as you look at this, understand that these numbers are monthly memberships. And so I'm still talking, Eugene, you're back. I'm not sure what's going on, maybe with some weather out there today in the atmosphere, but I'm going over Premier memberships, and I was telling everybody that, you have a goal to bring Premier members in. Talk about that real quick, about how, if you bring Premier members in, that can help you in the long run.
Yeah, if you bring same example, a couple hundred Premier members in at $23.99, which is that 40% payout, it's about almost $4,800 every single month. So the two keys for me is having a scalable price point for Stone Eye, for 2 stocks from hell, and then really focus on recruiting content creators. Those folks become Premier members. And under that Premier membership falls, of course, because it's a Convene product, falls the 40, 15, and 5. And I think you can just make a living on a scalable product and content creators.
So you could make a living then if you were to just bring Premier members in, right? That's key. That's key to growing. That's key to the growth on the memberships. You're not even taking into account in these slides that they're probably, if you bring these Premier members in, they're on your first tier. So we're not even talking about tier 2 or tier 3 if they go out and refer other Premier members. That's just Premier membership. But what about when their content starts to get sold within the system, within the platform? So now I'm gonna stop sharing. So now you think about the power of what we've created is you're selling Premier memberships, and I bring Eugene Brown into the platform with 2 stocks from hell. But then people start going and selling 2 stocks from hell. And every single time I'm getting a referral fee, a referral fee, a referral fee, a referral fee, and it adds up. So the
Yeah.
money really spreads out. It really flows. And that's where I love it when you beat the table. Go ahead, beat the table.
And no matter no matter how many times I hear this, you guys, it's really important. When you understand and appreciate the compensation plan, it really is a tremendous opportunity for those that understand it and can teach people to do the same thing. It will change your life when we actually execute on the plan itself. It's going to be life-changing money
Yeah.
for a lot of people.
Absolutely. I think you're right. And so I'm going to talk about this, these last couple of slides real quick. So remember, it's passive income. That's what we're all after. We're all after that passive income. So when you wake up in the morning, and this happens for me in Convene, right? I wake up in the morning and Eugene Brown has sold a course, right? Or Eugene Brown has done something, or somebody sold Eugene Brown's course. And so me as Convene, I get, there it is. It shows up in the referral affiliate referral bank, for Convene. And so Eugene did that, but we've set the infrastructure up so everybody can, do well. So that passive income. And so one of the things I want to talk about real quick is the abundance versus scarcity mindset. Well, if I'm a wellness coach or I'm a health and fitness coach, why would I want to be a part of a community that has a ton of fitness coaches in it? Well, here's why. I was on a call a little bit ago with Jody Watkins and members of her team. And there was, I think, 5 or 6 people on the call. And we were talking about this concept. And I asked everybody on the call what they coached. And these are fitness coaches. And one lady, Emma, taught prenatal and postnatal care. Well, guess what? The men coaches on the call, they didn't teach prenatal and postnatal care. One of the gentlemen on the call focused on men over 50. One of them focused on lifting weights. The point that I'm making is they all had a different focus. So if you came in, Eugene, and you were somebody that, let's say your wife was pregnant and she was needing pre and postnatal care, and I could say, oh, I know somebody, Emma, she has she teaches, she's a wellness coach on pre and postnatal care. Well, me and you aren't into that, but we refer, Brandy, your wife, over to it, and then she takes that course. Then guess who's making commission splits? So that's the power of this, is that there's enough to go around. And if we focus on selling our own content, we focus on allowing others to sell our content, you sell others content, and then we sell Convene memberships, we're going to really grow.
Right.
Powerful.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Incredibly powerful.
Okay, 3 things you got to do to become an affiliate. It's free program, but very important. If you are a Premier member, you have to be a qualified affiliate because it sets the payment system in motion. We pay out every single week, every Friday. So there's more to learn on that. All Premier memberships must be qualified membership. I want to reiterate that. All you have to do is have a PayPal or Venmo account. That's how we pay through the PayPal mass payment system. Agree to the terms and conditions that you'll abide by the rules, and then send in a W-9. Again, we're responsible for our taxes, so I need your W-9. Therefore, when we pay out to you at the end of the year, we can send out our tax forms appropriately per the IRS. Last thing I'll say here, Eugene, just join us. Become a part of it, right? You can get in touch with us on convenecommunities.com. You can message me or Eugene in the Convene platform. You can go to convenecommunities.com and go into join the affiliate group, join the content creators mastermind, join the leveraging a system group or some of the other groups that are there. Become a Convene coach, where we really take a deep dive in this. People will make a living teaching people how to use Convene. We are wanting coaches. We're kicking that off. It's going to be something that's special, and that's going to be a great way that we grow. I'll give you the last words.
Yeah, I would just say and echo what you've already said, join us. If you want to come in and see what we have to offer, please do that. You can do it free. Just use the link of the person that sent you the information. And if you want to become a free affiliate, you don't have to be a premier member. You simply could sell other people's content. All of those same rules apply, where we need a W-9, a good email address, and either a PayPal account or a Venmo account. So you can certainly do that for free as well. So certainly join us. Huge opportunity. If you have any questions, certainly reach out to Matt or myself or the person that sent you this video.
Yeah. So I hope people will watch this. It's, I know it's kind of a long video, but man, if people will just take the time and pay attention to how this works, it's going to blow their mind away. Yeah. All right, Eugene, thanks for being on.
Thanks so much, Matt.